Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BT Talks. Today I have a very special guest, Sam Palmer, who's actually right now in Monaco. He was previously in Los Angeles. He's a great guy, entrepreneur. He is the founder of Staffing Properties, and he will be joining us within a minute or so. I see Sam. Here he is. Sam, you're amazing.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm good. In Miami, weather is great. I'm at the office right now, actually. I usually come in the morning, get a lot of things done, but all is good here.
Oh, you guys do go to an office.
Yeah, no, we actually have some offices a little bit everywhere. And look, not everybody goes there, but at least, you have space for yourself and you can get a lot of things done. So it's
Yeah,
good.
nice.
So thank you so much for being a guest on my show.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So you're actually right now in Monaco, right?
Yeah, in Monaco at the moment. I literally just got back from kids' football match. So apologies for my attire, but that is why.
No, that's fine. It's all about just being raw, authentic yourself. We don't need to suit up or anything, so it's fine. It's all good.
Yeah.
So I usually like to start, the show with asking the question, who is Sam Palmer and what is your journey to founding Staffing Properties?
I suppose it's been said a few times that we lived in obviously the manor with my fiance Petra Eccleston. I saw there was a gap in the market for staffing, and I believe we're the only agency that lives with household staff. So we started the business just over a year ago, within the pandemic, which, as I've said many times, is probably the worst time to ever start a business. So it was, especially with, I actually had this conversation before we started. I actually said my industry is a recession-proof industry. And then when a pandemic hit, I realized it was not, because it involves people coming in contact with other people.
Of course. But there's always a silver lining, in like starting a business in a difficult time. So tell us about Staffing Properties, so people understand.
So we provide domestic staff. We're a recruitment company. Provide domestic staff mainly for large estates. But if you were in a one-bedroom apartment and wanted a housekeeper, we would also provide you the same housekeeper as you would get in a large estate. But we're mainly focused on looking at what people's needs are and giving advice on what's the best way we can make that happen for you, and the most cost-effective way. So it's not about upselling the client and just trying to ram staff everywhere down their throats, which is a lot of agencies do. It's about looking at their house, looking at their lives, looking at their needs, because staffing a home is incredibly expensive.
For sure. And are you serving, I guess, Los Angeles, London, other cities around the world, or how?
Yeah, we do. What we've done this year: London, LA, Monaco, New York, Aspen. We've done a couple of jobs there. We've actually done a couple in Miami.
Okay.
And it seems Miami is the hot place at the moment.
Right now it is. It's true. So there's definitely opportunity for Staffing Properties, to offer its services here, for sure.
I think what we've done this year is, because of the pandemic, we don't know obviously how things are going. We're taking on roles we want to work on. We're not going out trying to find lots of clients at the moment. We're being sensible with the business, so we've got a business when it comes back.
So how do you operate during the pandemic? What are is there, I assume there's some challenges, but during the pandemic, if you have staffing in a house, is there any specific measures or?
Firstly, the challenge is I'm on a different time zone to my team. I set up in LA and now I live in Monaco. I've actually only been on the same time. I've actually been in the same office as my brand new team for 1 month of the whole business.
Wow.
So that was a challenge in itself, but in some ways we've just sort of rolled with it. We've realized that a lot of people are sort of adapted. Everyone's different. Some people are COVID freaks and want to,
and some are not.
yeah, but we're quite very, very COVID precautious, and some are not. Some have downsized their staff, some haven't. Some want to live with lots of staff, some don't. It really depends person by person. If you've got lots of children, that probably makes your staff load a little bit bigger, because there's a lot more people in the house, but also the size of the house will dictate
Of course.
it.
So you're the founder and CEO of Staffing Properties. So how big of a team do you have, and do you work? I mean, I assume from Monaco you work from distance, and technology has helped a lot. But how do you work with your team, and how many people are you working with?
We're working at the moment. We've probably got a core 25 clients, and it's just me and one other at the moment. So we are literally, I'm not just the face and thinking, I'm actually doing it day to day, actually finding. And if you're looking for a job, you definitely have spoken to me before. So I think that obviously with any business, you've got to be hands-on at the beginning. And that's why what I'm wary of at the moment is taking on too many people. We had we had 4 to start with. We're down to 2. But we've got to look at the long-term future of the business. I'm always looking for someone who, if someone can bring me something, if someone said to me tomorrow, I'm a recruiter in Miami, I've got a good ultra high net worth sort of contact list, I want to do something with you, the answer is let's do it. Of
course.
But the problem you have is training people. So
exactly,
bring people. I want people to obviously be able to come in and give the same service that I'm going to give. That's the difficulty about working from home.
It's true. And I see that. I come from prior being into real estate. I was in the hospitality industry for a little while, and I trained in Switzerland at the École Hôtelière de Lausanne, which is the best in hospitality. And it's true that after, when I went in different places, they were very particular on the training, and it's something, to learn about and also understand different cultures, different places. But it's very important, whatever business you are, the training you have.
Without a doubt. And that's what I think we're going to see in a lot of industries. I think everyone's got used to working from home. I think we probably all agree now that we're all a little bit bored with it. And
it's good and not good. There's a reason I go to the office pretty much every day, at least half of the day, and then I have appointments. But you come in the morning, you get a little coffee, you get your calls, your emails, no distractions.
Exactly. Especially, look, I'm working from home with 4 children. It's very difficult. With homeschooling and everything like that. It's difficult. I can't wait to get back to an office. I miss human contact. I miss people. So I think that's kind of where I'm at. And at the moment, I've spoken to a few people to bring them onto the team, but I'm being very, very selective and careful.
But I think that's the biggest thing. I think we all miss people. So that's why, the office at some point will come back in a different way. We will work much more from home, but it will be more like maybe half a week, and then the other half we go to the office. But we need that human element.
Yeah, and look, a real estate agent is very similar to me. Yeah. Recruitment real estate agents and car salesmen, they're very similar.
Similar thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the process is kind of the same.
Yeah. We have a few of our friends a few of our friends just joined the chat. Chris, Alex, Sam.
Yeah, there's lots of them on. Hello, everyone. Sorry to bore you with this.
No, it's fantastic. So I also wanted to know, so prior to starting Staffing Properties, what was your path, and what did you do prior to that and going to LA?
In London, I worked within luxury cars for 8 years. Then I went to Australia and I done recruitment for another 7.5 years. Yeah. In a niche field as well. And then LA, we've started recruitment again. Recruitment's in my blood. I'd love to be a real estate agent. I know there's a lot of
honestly, it's fascinating. I mean, I love it. I love what I do. I think, in real estate, you have to love people first.
Yeah.
Besides, you know, the property aspect, which is amazing to see, whether you're in Miami, in London, in LA, to see all these exceptional homes, I have to say it. But you have to love people more than anything, and you have to also understand them. I think that's a very important skill. You know, dealing with different clients, understanding what they want, understanding what they're going through as well, you know, because everybody's going through different things in life.
And knowing your market, if you're in that luxury high-end market,
Of course.
or if you're in the $200,000 market,
Yeah.
know your market, know what to do, who you're targeting. Don't be a jack of all trades and go for all the markets, because if they're completely different markets.
100%.
But yeah, it's one thing that I've looked at a few times, the real estate agent, more so after living in America and seeing how lucrative it is. It's a great role, but I don't think a lot of people actually see the hard work that agents actually put in.
Yeah, I think
you just advertise a house, sell it. It's so easy.
But I think more and more now, as we can see in all the discussions we had, whether, you know, it's through Instagram or Clubhouse and everything, I think, you know, people, and we'll talk about Clubhouse right after, because I think it's an interesting topic, but more and more people are looking to really see what real estate agents or anybody in any business is doing behind the scenes. I think it's one thing of showing properties, of showing the lifestyle, and it was for a while, but now it's really being yourself and authentic and showing the good times and the less good times. I think that is very important.
And what's even funnier is I was told this by a recruitment guru in 2013, I think I'll say, that he came out and said, your personal brand is going to be everything. Kind of what like Daniel Daggers says now.
Yeah.
He's very much on it, and he's been doing it for a few years. This guy told us it and said, you need to all get your social medias and everything. And I honestly came out of that meeting, of that seminar, and just said, what is this guy on about? And I laughed, and he couldn't have been more correct on everything in what he said that day. And he saw the future. And
sure.
Now people like myself are playing catch up. But in my industry still, there's not many recruiters using Instagram, using all the tools. So I'm trying to use it now, everything that's available.
Yeah, but it's interesting also, we had this discussion in one of the rooms in Clubhouse, but how, you know, in America, everybody's actually really onto social media, all the platforms. And then you look at the UK or Europe where they're trying, but it's different.
America, for me, especially the real estate agents, I will say, are literally light years in front of everyone else. They've understood it for a long time. I'm thinking of people like James Harris and
I love him. He's great.
Dave Palms, Josh Altman, very good on. They know their markets. They know what they're trying to do. They're showing things. They're out there. People can Santiago. They're all Frederick Eklund. They're all brilliant actually. When you look at them all, Homer. There's so many of them. There's actually very few. There's a couple of agents in LA that don't really have the Instagram, and actually a couple of the top agents. They've got, though, obviously a very good client base and track record. But I think that newer person does need to be seen. And the more you're out there, the more people know who you are.
Yeah, and it's also the personality. You know, I don't know personally James Harris, but what I see, his personality is very open-minded, and that makes a difference. You know, in Santiago, I know Santiago is a very nice guy. He's very open-minded, and he does things right. I mean, besides selling 20, 30, $50 million properties, he's just an open and reachable guy. Same thing for James. And I think there's very few in our industry, and hopefully it'll become, you know, more and more, but that are good people like that know their market extremely well.
Yes.
And you know, when you blend all of that, that makes a big difference.
I think that's it. And I think what they do is they offer advice to people. They're not, if yourself uses one of their tricks to get a client, it doesn't matter. They're going to have their own clients. They want to educate people. They want everyone to be better. They want the crappy agents not to really exist. People who are top of their industry like competition.
Of course.
So it's there. That's in any industry. I want to go up against the best guy. I don't want to go up against the weakest guy. There's no challenge.
Of course.
If you're going up against a bad salesman, you're going to win, hopefully. If you're not, you probably should get another job. So I think people like that, they offer insight, and that's where leads us to really Instagram and things like that. Why I even come on these talks and things like that, because I've seen others that I enjoy watching.
It's the same, the reason I'll say it again, but it's the reason I started my BT Talks a few months ago. And I was, you know what? I don't need a big production. I love people. I have quite a few contacts all over the world. Let's just launch something with Instagram Live, have simple conversations about real estate, business, life, just simple conversations. And actually, then you stay consistent with, producing the episodes. And now we're on the 43rd episode, I believe. And it's actually, it's something that I love doing and people love it. And again, it's not polished or anything. I don't need to edit anything. I'm like, there we go.
I've been to football. And I think that is exactly it. I think when you were probably the same as me, when you did your first one, you were so nervous. You think so millions of people at the Super Bowl halftime all of a sudden. But then afterwards, you kind of look at it and you don't care how many people are watching. If one person watches it and enjoys it, then great. That's.
But it's funny. So my first one was actually with our friend Chris Boswell. So it was actually funny. It was a very good one. Very good one. I did it actually from one of our new developments here, the Ritz-Carlton Residences in Miami Beach. We did a little tour of the residences. It was really cool. But the video, for some reason, and it's not something in my control, where, Chris's face was kind of like smashed a bit. So, it's Chris was like, how do I do it? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not, into the whole, Instagram. I don't know what happened. But it was the first one. It was a fun conversation, and I always look back at it. It was the first episode.
Do you know what? I've not actually watched back any of mine. Not one. I've not looked back at it. I just look at it and think, that was fun. I met a new guy. I met someone else. The amount of people that I've met. And that's what I always say on these. I'm not doing this to sit here and say, I am the best recruiter in the world. Come and see me. And you're not doing it with real estate. I'm doing it to say, this helped me in my business. I hope you can take something from it too.
Of course.
A lot of people watching, you may not even ever have house stuff. But what I want you to say, what I hope people, the right person who watched it, because that's what I've done, is I took from it, wow, these guys are putting themselves out there. They're giving some interesting content of something that I'm interested in.
Yep.
And I'm taking this, that they're using free tools to promote their business and getting marketing out there. And I just think, wow. And I've seen a few friends of mine at the moment, obviously struggling with coronavirus and things like that. And I've said to them, have you done this? Have you done YouTube? Have you done this? No.
You know why? Because people are overthinking. And I think it's like the fear, the biggest thing is fear. People are, have fear of producing something that is not perfect. How do I look? Is my hair good? All these little things. And at the end, they never do anything. And I think we all suffered from this in a way, it's like,
100%.
All of us, and then it's like you get going, you start it, and then you don't stop. I mean, I already have lined up an amazing guest in the next few weeks coming up, and I do it. I put it on all platforms. You know what? If I have 5 views, okay. If I have 50 views, amazing. If I have 300 views, it's good. But it keeps, a good conversation. I want to add value. And usually, I get a lot of good comments. So,
Here's something for anyone watching and they want that push of why to do it.
So listen up to Sam.
Yeah. No, I'm going to give a good story of why to do it. So I done my first one on my own. I've been on a guest with Real Talk, who I think are amazing.
They're awesome.
And I then done one with David Palms. About the sale of the manor and living in the manor, because I thought people are interested in it. They always ask me questions about what it was like. So we done exactly this. The Wall Street Journal contacted David Palms after it and said, we'd like to speak to Sam. I then got to do an interview with the Wall Street Journal. Like when I think back now, my company was 4 months old, and we were in a pandemic. And I'm now sitting and talking to a journalist from the Wall Street Journal about setting things up, etc. And then from that, I was approached by 4 to 5 production companies to make a TV show on my business. Now, if I
There you
had
go.
never done that Instagram Live, I would never have got that opportunity.
That is the power of social media. It has a reach, a global reach, and you never know what can happen. You know, you may have someone reach out to you. I mean, I had a lot of people reach out to me through my BT Talks, through my social media for different opportunities, and simply because they liked what I do, they saw I brought value, and I think everybody brings something to the table. If you do it with passion, you know what you're doing, and you bring great guests. I mean, the past BT Talks that I just did last week with my good friend John Wilson, he's an amazing guy. And I had comments up to today. Ben, your BT Talks with John Wilson was amazing. And I think we were very natural. We had a great conversation. We had a great chemistry. And it's the same thing. I mean, I feel an amazing chemistry with you. You're in Monaco. I'm in Miami. We have a simple conversation.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's, I think, what it is. It's just fun, get on. Hopefully someone else takes something from it. But then maybe one day someone's watched this and they're thinking, I'm going to move to Miami. I need a real estate. Oh, I know, Ben. He's a real estate agent. And that's how it works.
Well, you know, believe it or not, I have people who reach out to me for that over the past, you know, few weeks, few months, through my BT Talks, through all these different things. So
same as me. My clients have nearly all come through social media.
Well, today, I mean, look, you know, Daniel Daggers, you know, said it, and I think, you know, he's inspiring a lot of people. Hopefully, he'll be able to make a massive change in the UK. I hope so, really.
Yeah.
Because he traveled in a lot of places. He has a lot of experience. He sees how it is in the US. And I hope he can, you know, break the UK system. And because there's fantastic agents that I know, we know in the UK.
Yeah.
And there's like a barrier. And I'm like, I feel bad for them because they could do so well, you know?
Yeah, I think, look, the UK is the people that live there, especially the older generation. Some of them are not ready for real estate agents, recruiters, etc., being on social media and being out there because it's a different concept to what they're used to. But the younger generation certainly are.
Sure.
And the younger generation are going to be the people buying houses.
Exactly. Look, so now I'm looking at the comments. We have Mia who wants to do a BT Talks with me. Sure, Mia, I'm gonna DM you after, and we'll set one up in the next few weeks. We have Alvaro who says hello. We have Jennifer, and we have Jennifer from Boulder. Jennifer from Boulder, who loves your concept, Sam.
Oh, lovely. Thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is your launch of your podcast. I think it's something that's very dear to your heart, to you and your wife. Tell us about your podcast.
So this really started as a joke. I've got to be honest with you. I was going to launch a business podcast. Just from this, I wanted to take it into podcast. I'm a real technophobe and have literally zero idea how to do anything like that. So I decided I was going to do it, and I said to Petra, wouldn't it be cool if I had you as the first guest? And then I said, what about actually if we did it together? So we've decided to do it. We're very insanely private, especially her, with our lives.
Of course.
We have a lot of messages come through to us, support, some hate. So we're going to do something that I don't care if anyone listens. This is really for me and like my wife, to focus on something other than homeschooling our children. So it gives us something to look forward to and to plan every week. We're taking it serious. We sort of have little meetings about it, and it's really nice that we can have a conversation. And we've filmed the first episode already. It'll launch on Friday. Cool. And I'll post everywhere. It's called PS Say Cheese. The reason we chose that name is because whenever we go outside a restaurant and get packed or anything like that, the comment section in the newspaper, which is obviously designed to bully people, always says, why does she never smile? Why is she never smiling? So we've said PS Say Cheese. And it's going to be literally us talking in bed, unscripted, unplanned, about a subject. We'll sort of have a loose plan of the subject, and then we're just going to have a conversation about it.
But you know what? That's what people love. You know, they want.
I think so, and I think the first one I've listened back to it. It's quite funny. I think it's quite nice. It's very raw. Like even the the mic levels are not right, but I think that's perfect because it's not quite right. We don't want it to be this highly polished anything. We're not doing it to earn money or be podcast famous. My wife's never even listened to a podcast.
You're doing for fun. You're doing,
That's exactly it. But I hope if someone listens to it, there's going to be the first subject we're really tackling is bullying on social media. And I actually put some questions up yesterday, and it's amazing, actually. I've probably received over 500 questions from last night. How difference of opinions there is on this. And actually now I'm kind of a bit daunted by it. It's very much in people's minds. So it's going to be interesting to hear what we say about it.
It's an important topic, bullying in social media. I mean, my wife actually, when she was younger, she got bullied. So, she actually even wrote a book. She went on a lot of TV shows in France and all of this. And it's an important topic to, especially nowadays, there's so much bullying and it's hard for younger kids. I mean, there's kids being bullied at 12 years old, 14 years old, and it's
mothers. The most heartbreaking one was, and we'll cover this more on the podcast, but a kid was 10 who tried to take his own life because he was getting bullied at school, or through social media because he didn't have enough likes or things like that. I don't know the answers to it, but maybe we have got a voice.
Yeah, maybe we can make a difference. Yeah,
and hopefully it does. We'll tell more, but I actually gave this kid my phone number, and my views on how to deal with it are probably a polar opposite to Petra's, and that's what's going to be, I think, quite interesting for the conversation. Our conversation is going to be like any other mum or dad sitting around the dinner table talking to their friends about, do you let your kids use phones? What do you want for your kids? All these things. I'm hoping that we can bring to light. But as I say, it's for people to listen if they want to, and hopefully enjoy something, and just something quite nice and fun. We're going to have some guests on it, and I think we're going to have some good guests as well.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I think I already subscribed, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to listen to it with my wife, and if I have any questions, I'll send them to you. But
yeah, perfect. And as I say, anyone that's listened to it, please just message us and say, I hated that, or I liked that, or I didn't like this. It'll be really interesting to see, because I want to make something that's interactive, even though it's not live.
But that's what it's all about. I think it's, even the purpose of these lives is that there's interaction. I see people putting comments, asking questions, and that's very powerful when you use any form of media. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I see Bobby Parker there. I know they make coats, great coats. Winter in England, get on them and order some coats.
For sure. Well, I don't need them in Miami, but if I definitely going to get some coats for New York or London or whenever I get there.
Exactly.
So I'll check it out. Sam, thank you so much for being a wonderful guest. And I look forward to seeing you, whether in Monaco, London, Miami. Probably we're going to be in Europe this summer. So if you come to Miami before, let me know, but we'll see.
100%. I really hope to get to Miami.
Sounds good. Sam, have a great evening, and I'll see you soon.
Oh, see you just quickly. How do I subscribe to your podcast, Sam? Just go on to PS Say Cheese.
Is it on all platforms? Podcast platforms?
It will be. Go on the website, on the Instagram handle, PS Say Cheese, and then you can go on there.
All right, guys, make sure to follow Sam on Instagram and also subscribe to his podcast. It's going to be amazing. And feel free to, give your feedback. Feedback is always good.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.